morning, everyone, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. I should talk like this. I should say welcome. So happy you're here. So glad. I am the badass Buddha, and that's as Spanish as I get. I could just do the accent. No, barely any words. So welcome, everyone, to Viva. Happy Tuesday. I am back in Connecticut and happy to be back and not happy to be back. Ready to go back out on adventures. So welcome, welcome. Namaste.
Bienvenida, mi gente. Buenos días. Aquí con la Margarita and the Badass Buddha. It's Tuesday. It's the beginning of the week. What promises await us?
Oh.
From here on till what? What'll be the end of the week for some of us? Sunday, Monday. What promises await us? Martes, Tuesday. Let's make the rest of it great. That's all we can do, right? Right?
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to post, trying to share to Facebook. Just a reminder, everybody, we would love for you to share to Facebook. We've noticed that we haven't gotten as many views as we often do, and we would appreciate you sharing. We love our tribe, and we love our conversation. And today's going to be actually a fun conversation. It is literally whatever's on the table, let's talk. But we do have something in mind based on something that Gladiator Guru had sent us or sent me to watch. And it was just fantastic. And we'll talk about that's actually put into the comments. There's a link to a YouTube video that's phenomenal. But please don't watch it right now. Listen to it first and then watch it afterwards. As soon as we're done, just copy the link, get your tab ready, and then you can watch it. Plus, we're going to have a nice special guest that we didn't advertise to be part of this conversation. So here we are. Wonderful. Desiree is in the house. We haven't seen her in
oh my God, Desiree posted something so funny. Was it funny? Yesterday, I believe I shared it. So thank you. Good morning. Buenos días, Milagros, Tiffany.
And Tiffany. All right. Milagros in the house. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just fiddling. I'm trying to share the stuff here and and away we go. All right. So happy Tuesday. What are you drinking, Gladiator Guru?
I am drinking my Ethiopian blend, naturally orgasmic. I think it's become my favorite. I have four actually. I have my house blend, which is a double espresso bean, the Colombian Supremo, the Brazilian, and the Ethiopian. And thus far, the Ethiopian is my favorite. It just has like this, I don't know, like almost even when you smell it, it smells like a Godiva chocolate. It smells like some fruit mixed with some really good cacao. And so that has become my favorite, my Ethiopian.
Say that again, cacao.
Cacao.
I love that word. I have to say. It sounds like a word that my parents used to say in Italian when they would get frustrated. I can't remember the word, but the ending was the same, and it makes me laugh whenever I hear the word or even say the word. It just invokes a memory that I don't even remember fully, but I just know that it makes me laugh just thinking about it. So, good morning, Litza.
She wrote, "Good morning, my loves. I'm drinking Cafe Ustelo. I want some of that cafe, Margie." Yeah, should be coming soon. I gotta order the beans, and then I'll have all four of them on for sale, which is exciting. So yes, that's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking? What's in your taza?
I am drinking, since I don't have any naturally orgasmic coffee. I've run out. It's such a hot commodity, so you have to get it when it's available, because and I might start buying it in bulk from the manufacturer and then selling it on eBay for more money because it doesn't come available that often. So today I am drinking Nature's Promise from it's Stop and Shop organic brand, and it's the Sumatra flavor, or well, the beans, not the flavor. It's just regular coffee flavor.
Sumatra. Yeah.
Sumatra.
Well, we'll be adding something because in September I go and work on the actual coffee farm and pick the coffee beans and then learn the process of when they're all picked and how they dry them out and how they set it and then roast it on the actual coffee farm up on a mountain. And so that's going to be exciting. And then I get me working for 3 to 4 days. I get paid in green coffee beans, which is like woohoo, because that will be my specialty coffee. That would be my star child.
I can't wait for you to broadcast from there. Not for the show so much, because you're not going to be in the middle of the coffee bean, field. What I mean is, I can't wait for you to take pictures and videos and then post it of you in the field. That is going to be so cool, don't you think, everybody? I think that would be cool.
And I would get many pictures because Iritza will be coffee bean picking with me up on that mountain. And now that you said that really, I forgot. The one is, we probably got to be up at the crack of dawn.
You said crack.
Of dawn. So it's like
Dawn's crack? Why does dawn get like privilege for that? The crack of dawn. Like, why can't it be? Oh, anyway. So the crack of dawn, you'll get up, right? Exactly. You'll get up.
Yeah, so she says she's drinking Nasty X Mass, but I have pumpkin spice cream from pumpkin. Pumpkin season began. I can't even believe that. We're not even mid-August and the stores are filled with Halloween, but I can't wait for that, Margie. What part of Puerto Rico? I don't know. Guaynabo. Guaynabo, I think it's a mountain. I don't have the name right here with me. But it's a well-known farm that supplies these. I know the Brooklyn. It's the Brooklyn roasters.
Oh, I love our tribe. Our tribe is so cute to each other, aren't they? And there's only a few of you on. What happened to our tribe when it was like huge? We would have all these people come on. I know people watch later, but feel that love, share that love. And it's with our we have some of our old crew, like Desiree hasn't been on in a while. We have and Tiffany. Tiffany's just been such a doll, like such a phenomenal tribe member. And Milagros comes on now. It's just like,
let me tell you about Milagros.
Milagros so dedicated.
Tiffany Bryan she's like day one. Iris has brought on so many people.
Yes.
Desiree always has something to say whenever we have a guest or just us, which is so beautiful. Is that she's adding a little bit of sazon, a little bit of sugar. And Milagros, if you are on any other platform at any given time, Milagros is there with her pom-poms. She is that friend that will show up whether she understands what the hell you're trying to convey, whether she likes it or not, but because you're doing it, because she's supportive of you, she's going to be there. And gracias to all of you. Gracias, Leanne. Hello, beautiful.
And traveling. Yep. And here we go. Let's see. El Café de Puerto.
Lares son los mejores. Esto es en la montaña de something Guayabana, something like that. But yeah. Yeah.
Milagros, we love you too. Carmen. And we always love it. Carmen comes on. Carmen in the house and Stephanie, or either one comes on first, then the other, or back and forth.
It's my baby right
Love
there.
it. There we go.
Tanya,
Oh, there we go. That's what Milagros said. It's in Montana,
La montaña. Yeah.
in the mountains. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to you sending those pictures, and then if you can, like broadcast in that vicinity, that would be very, very cool. But it depends on the link. It depends on if you're going to be able to get anything going.
Our plan is to stay at the Airbnb that they have right at the tip of the mountain, where it overlooks everything. So
Oh, nice. Hopefully, you'll have a signal though.
I hope so. But it's just it's not about, people need that inner child, that trauma teen, that all of that still resides within us. We need, see what Leanne is doing right now. Leanne is healing without her realizing or putting in everything. She's healing because she's traveling. She's seeing different things, that she's feeding her five senses that are bringing her to a portal of healing. And we need that. And so life is too short, and Monday through Friday, your job is always going to be there. And the minute you can't make it, they're going to replace you. Memories, make memories.
Yes, absolutely. Bridget Williams, great rising. Always with that. I love.
And so, before I was rudely interrupted, feed your spirit and travel on a penny. People think, oh, Margie's at it again.
Is there a little something right now?
No, there really isn't. I can't see nothing. I just think that we need to just do what we need to do when we have the opportunity, not the time, the opportunity. If you can get up, pack a bag, and leave right after this show and go for a couple days somewhere, do it. You don't have to plan. You don't have to have X amount of dollars in your account. You don't need to. No, then where's the fun? And by the time you get to where you're going, you're exhausting with all the planning you did prior to it. You just suck the fun out of your big toe. So I would suggest, life is too short. Go out there and have a good time. Whether you go over to the next town, in Florida, you drive 3 hours each way. You're still in fucking Florida. So it's no fun. In Connecticut, you drive one way 3 hours. You're in Boston. You're in Philadelphia. Whichever way you go, you're going somewhere. So it's in Guaynabo. Yeah. So all this to say, you know what? As you enjoy different coffees and different flavors and the different seasons, treat your life, your soul, your spirit, your emotions, all of that to something different as well. See, Leanne agrees with me. Life is too short. And I'm even though this is my favorite ages now, I'm still aging. My body is aging. I want to be able to enjoy life. I had a good plan.
You said something too. You said, the opportunities, take the opportunities. But also you have to be open to them. Sometimes you have to create the opportunity. Sometimes we sit there and wait and go, I don't have the opportunity to go. I don't have the time off. And you're right, Gladiator Guru. You could just get in the car and drive, go to another town, do something that you don't normally do. And it is seizing that moment. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Today is just about let's talk, but we actually have a conversation in mind. So we're going to set our intention quickly. We're going to do our mantra quickly. And then we're going to talk about this fantastic video that is on. I'll put it in the comments again, but there's a hot link in the comments that leads you to a YouTube video that Margie had sent me. And it just resonated with me so much. I felt like the lady was talking to me. And it's not a very long video, but please don't leave right now to go watch the video. Watch it after the show. But it's such a great video, and we want you to watch it after the show. Just put it on and put your headset in so you don't have to watch the lady, just listen. But it's a TEDx talk. So let's set our intention and then we'll start our conversation. All right. So our intention, as always, on Viva Cafe con Leche is to be intentional. Set your intention for today to be intentional and
be grateful. Be grateful to everything.
Decide what you're going to be intentional about today and then be grateful.
But you have to know what you're intentional about. Don't be selfish, because we stay stuck on stupid in our heads, and we think that nobody understands us like I understand me. No, get out of your way and be grateful. Be intentional in trying something different today. How's that? Set your intention to do something different, or something you may have tried once and you didn't like it because maybe you wasn't in the right frame of mind. So that's why try to repeat something you thought you didn't like, because you must have not. It depends where you were mentally, emotional, and spiritually at that moment. So either something will taste sweet or sour depending on your mood. So maybe if you want to see if you like it, go back to it. Set your intentions to try something either different or to retry something.
Yeah, perfect. Perfecto.
Then be grateful that you have life within you, and sense to have the desire to want to taste something and then come out with a formed opinion of whether you like it or not.
Yep.
So set intentions and be grateful.
Yay. All right, here we go. Let's do this mantra and then get to talking. All right, here we go. Say it loud, say it proud. I am a disruptor.
I am a disruptor.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am magically orgasmic.
Ole.
And I am beyond authentic.
And I keep it real.
Peace. Yes. Yes. So Gladiator Guru sends me this video, and she had watched it numerous times, and she sends me this video, and the name of the video is The Magic of Not Giving a Fuck by Sarah Knight. It's a TEDx talk. So I'm going to put the link in there in a moment. Today's conversation, good morning, Wanda. Today's conversation was meant to be just, let's talk. You know, sometimes we just always have a title and we just say, you know, let's plan for this. And we were kind of like, you know what, let's just talk. Let's figure it out as we go. And she sends this video, and I can't remember if I think you had sent me that video before, but I never got a chance to watch it. And I watched it yesterday, and I felt like the lady was talking to me. And I'll tell you, Gladiator Guru has this ability to send me stuff exactly what I need to hear at that moment in time. And we laugh about it all the time because she's so good at that, you know, and vice versa too. But I think it's more so on her side to me.
I'm fucking awesome like that.
Yeah, you are fucking awesome. So good morning. Gwen is here. And Gwen, thank you. Gwen helped me out while I was away for 2 weeks, and she came and took care of my dad. And she did an absolutely fabulous job. So thank you so much for that, Gwen. And Wanda, I got to meet in person for the first time. I've known Wanda for a couple of years now, and I got to meet in person down south. She came up to visit us for an overnight stay in Tennessee. So that was really a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So this video is great because she talks about mental decluttering by saying, I don't, you know, not giving a fuck about stuff, and then defining it. You know, there are books that talk about this. The Art of Not Giving a Fuck is a book that's been a bestseller. But again, we encourage you after the show to watch the video and listen to her. But I took some notes. And so how do you want to go? How do you want to start the conversation, my dear friend?
I've started. I think either way you start it, it's like if your name was woo woo, flip it, turn it upside down, it's woo woo, right? That's the conversation right now. And whichever way we start it, in the middle, at the end, it's still gonna be the same. And I want to see what notes you took on this, because this is awesome.
Okay, hold on. Let me just put in everybody. Good morning. And actually, let me go ahead and put in the let's see where it is. Hold on a second. I just want to put this in so that we have it, because it is at the top. And just in case people just can't seem to scroll to the top. But do click on it right now and just set up the tab, because sometimes it's like wonky with the comments. Like some of them disappear after the broadcast. This is the weirdest thing in the world that they do. Anyway, okay. So she defines not giving a fuck as not caring. Not caring in the sense of lack of empathy. It means not caring with regard to you living a life that's joyful for you. And so we know that there are things that we sometimes do because we feel obligated or we feel guilty about it, and she talks about this. She talks about obligation and guilt. And there's sometimes that we have to do things, you know, like there's some responsibilities that I have as a mom and even as a daughter that I have to help my parents with, or I have to help my kids with. So there's sometimes that I have to do stuff, So I can not care about certain things that don't quote serve me. I know you don't like always that saying it that way, but that's the best way to understand it. Is you have to make, she says, not giving a fuck is not caring. If we say that, if we define our fucks as time, energy, and money. So in other words, these are all like currency for us. It's about our time, it's about our energy, and it's about our money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we make a fuck budget. That's what we make. We make a fuck budget, and we decide, do we put our time, our fucks, our time, energy, and money into things that mean something to us, or into things that don't mean anything to us? And in other words, if you're budgeting properly, you will save money, you will save time and energy, you will save your fucks accordingly if you budget properly. But if you start spending your fucks, your time, your energy, and your money on things that don't matter to you, things that you don't want to do, things that don't bring you joy, then you're going to bust that budget. And in the end, you're going to feel resentful. You're going to feel pissed off. And so she teaches you how to create the fuck budget. And she teaches you by the not so sorry method. So you want to add anything before I go on, Gladiator Guru?
No, go ahead.
So the not so sorry method consists of two things. It's number one, decide what you don't give a fuck about. And number two, don't give a fuck about those things.
That's serious.
I just thought that was so funny when she said, listen to this, decide what you don't give a fuck about. And number two is don't give a fuck about those things. So you make a list. These are the things that I don't give a fuck about. And then you don't give a fuck about them. And this is good because in the end, what this is doing is it is creating boundaries. That's what this is doing. This is setting boundaries for yourself. It's teaching you how to say no, especially if you're a people pleaser. And she said, now this, and she's funny too. That's the best part of it. She's very funny. And she says, if you behave that way, if you say, decide what you don't give a fuck about, and then don't give a fuck about those things, she said, does that create a recipe for turning you into an asshole? And she said, that's where the not sorry method comes in, because especially if you're saying, I'm not sorry about, I don't give a fuck about these things, I'm not sorry. Does that make you an asshole? And she said, the way it prevents you from being an asshole is by being honest and polite.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, if you're invited to a party and you really don't want to go to the party, and it's happening on a night where you like to stay in and watch a certain show, but you feel obligated, you feel guilty if you don't go to the party, you have to really sit and think about this. She said, you have to consult your fuck budget, and you have to look and say, is it worth my time, my energy, and my money? If that's the case, maybe it's a party that you have to bring a present to. And if you decide that this party is not, I don't want to hang out with these people, or I'm really not in the mood, I would much rather be in for the night and watch my show, then you politely say, no, I can't. I'm sorry. Thank you for the invite, but I'm not going to be able to attend. Boom. You were nice, you were honest, and you were polite.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't look like an asshole, and you have not blew out your budget because you kept your your fucks to yourself, your time, your energy, and your money.
And and that's a lot of people's biggest problem. And I was always accused of being rude, mean, and I never gave a fuck about that. Anybody who knows me knows that never bothered me. And I mean, those who know me, Iris, can tell you that that's how I've always been. No, I don't want to go. Why? Because I don't want to go. And And I think that when people are too busy trying to be fixer-uppers, Captain Save-A-Hoes, or people pleasers, they're the ones that live miserably because they haven't learned the art of not giving a fuck. They haven't um, cultivated enough self-trust and self-love to say, it sounded exciting when you mentioned it a month ago. And I told you I'll let you know. And right now I don't want to go. But some people will feel that way. And because a month ago they're like, oh yeah, I would love to go to that concert. I haven't seen them in a while, but shit happened throughout those weeks. They'll still go. They'll invest their time and their energy. Money can always be replaced. You see, there's a tonight at 7 p.m. is Moments con Margarita. I'm going to talk about what people consider success, because a lot of people consider money and titles success. So just say no. If you don't want to do something, say no. No is such a powerful 2-letter word that
it's also a sentence. It's also a whole sentence too.
No.
It's a word and a sentence.
No, just no. It's like in court. Did you say no? I said no. And there you go. You won your case. Be that judge and jury for yourself. Be that person that says, what are you going to say, Marge? No. So I would say giving a fuck and the art of knowing when is whenever you don't feel like investing your time, your energy, or your money in. Because to go anywhere nowadays is going to cost you an arm and a leg with gas. Then it's going to cost you your time and your energy, and which are priceless to you. So please, you have to look at this video because it does go in deep, and it does tell you a lot, and it does remind you of a lot of what you already know but haven't put into play, or things of how you used to be, but then all of a sudden you turned a new leaf. Because when you go from being this, I don't give a fuck, trying to find some type of serenity in your life. Some people go from one side of the spectrum to the other. They don't know how to balance out that double personality. Lucky for me, I've always had 4 extra besides me. So when I decided to lay down my rage at the base of the tree trunk in Spain, I didn't go all the way over here. But because that rage wasn't persistent, that don't fuck with me. See how that word fuck says a lot, can tell you a lot of stories. Then people thought I went to the other side and they tried me. And then when I came back at them and put them in their place right back in the middle, like this is the line. And if you cross it, you get this or you get that. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. So the thing is, you have to know who you are before you can put the time, energy, and money into place. Because if not, you're going to be, oh my God, I made her feel bad. Then you're going to backtrack on yourself. And watching this video, and when the Badass Buddha and I talked about it last night, I'm thinking about it. And although this video is phenomenal, if we follow it, we'll have less stress in our life. Where she talks about, she doesn't give a fuck about the Games of Thrones. I've never watched that.
I never even.
And she says, and she doesn't give her fucks to it. So she doesn't watch the movie. She doesn't get all stressed out when's the next season coming out. And she doesn't invest in any of the merchandise. So that's how we can apply it to life. But you got to be a part of your own fucking life to not give fucks about things that are robbing you of your life. Right. So think about who you are, who you really are, not the facade we try to put up because we don't want nobody to see our weaknesses. Display your weaknesses like what are those damn things that everybody wants? A Golden Globe Award. Display them. And because then they'll no longer be weaknesses. They'll just be sewn into the tapestry of who you are, because without our weaknesses, we can't be strong. And without our strength, we can't face our weaknesses. They're twins. They might be fraternal, but they're twins. They motivate one another. So find out who you really are, what you want out of life, where you want to be in life, amongst who do you want to be around, and then create it, because it's not too late. As long as you got breath in you, you can always achieve what it is you were set out to when you were placed on this earth to do. But you gotta have that boundary. Don't say, well, I used to be like that. I don't want to be like that no more. Oh, I'm not like that. Well, really, are you not? Because you can tell me, I can tell you whatever it is that we're having in a conversation. But don't lie to yourself. If you still are holding on to some of those fucks that you shouldn't give a fuck about, then you got to sit with yourself and figure out, how am I going to choose wisely? Because I want to be happy from the inside out. I want to get up every morning and be inspired for the new day that's coming at me. Whether I have, what's that thing? In the bank, when you don't have no money and then they charge you something. Whether you're
an overdraft fee.
Whether you don't have no milk for your coffee, you set out that day to have the best day you can possibly have in those 12 hours that you are awake. It's your choice. Only you can do it. Yeah. You might not have milk in the morning before you leave the house for your coffee, but just say, okay, when I get to work, they got creamers, and anticipate that. So guess what? You're going to have a pep in your step as you're heading off to work. Why get upset? You can't change anything right there, right now, but you can look at it as, okay, this is now. And an hour from now, I'm going to feel better. That's how you start planning your day. People plan their days by what outfits they own, what day of the week is it, what they're going to gain out of it, how much money they have in their account. It's all false. The only one you can count on is you in this moment and how you perceive everything. So if you don't have what I mentioned, take a deep breath, figure it out. Figure it out. How did our generation Xers forget that when we didn't have none in the refrigerator, we invented shit with one slice of bread, peanut butter, and olives? We ate. We didn't go hungry. We made it happen. There was no sugar in the Kool-Aid. You better add some honey up in there. What I'm saying is, we are in control of our surroundings. Give a fuck about the person you were born to be, the person that has held it down for you since today, which is you. And stop caring and worrying about who invited you where, but you don't got the money to do this and you don't got to. If you are like me that travels on a penny, then that's fine. Plan your trip because you still have a couple weeks to make shit happen. That's how I look at life. Look at life that you might not have today, but from here to there, you're going to work your ass off to get it. People stop at today. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it, so I'm not gonna do it. I gotta like plan 3 months. 3 months of your life is gonna go by, and something else is gonna happen, and then another 6 months is gonna go by, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, when am I gonna be able to get away?" And then another 3 months, and you're saying Happy New Year, and it's your fault. Yeah, your fault, not circumstances, not the weather, not the people you work for, not your car that you just had to buy new covers for, or whatever It's your responsibility to believe in your higher power, Allah, Elohim, El Shaddai, Jehovah, Jah, Allah. It's your responsibility to say, I am here because there's something bigger than me, and I'm not here by accident. So let me stop getting in my own way. Let me stop trying to plan my life when my spirit has already been ordained to be and do. And if you can think that way, then enjoy the breeze caressing your face. Smell it, because the wind does have a smell. It has a beautiful aroma. Listen to the sounds of the branches dancing on the trees when that wind goes by. When it rains, you're like me. Before it, you smell the dirt. The dirt is getting excited because it's going to be watered. And I smell that, and then it rains, and then I go out there and I breathe in the earth, and it is beautiful. And those moments cannot be bought. They're not a place that I have to travel to, get all dressed up to see. This is a place that I go and bury my toes in, and it's free. And the only thing that I had to pay for was the choice to be in that place at that time and connect with my 5 senses and says, I am right where I'm supposed to be. Back to you.
So she talks about allocating your fuck bucks accordingly. Okay. And the way you do this is you make a list of what's cluttering your mental barn, the fucks you're being asked to give. And then you categorize it, like with your job, with your personal life, with your children, with your parents, with your friends. Make a list of what's cluttering, and you can make a list of things that people ask you to do, attending things, doing things, buying things, whatever. And you decide what's important to you and what's not important to you. So you decide, number one, what annoys you. Number two, stop giving your fucks away. So remember, your fucks are, for those that came on late, it's your time, it's your energy, and it's your money. And three, cross off the list with black marker, and then right next to it, fuck that. Like, so you make a list of all the things that annoy you. And there might be some things that you have to do. So like one of the examples, she talks about work. And one of the things she writes on there is go to work, which is hilarious. I think it's so funny. Like, go to work, right? So she's like, but you know that you have to go to work. She's like, so on that list, what is, out of those 5 things, what are the most annoying things to you? And you cross them off. And one of them was like, go to a coworker that I don't even like's party.
Yes.
And so she crossed it off and put fuck that. And it was so funny to see this, because that's the truth. You look at that and you go, fuck that. I don't want to be bothered with that. We don't have to sit there and tell the people that we're doing this. This is our own thing. We're just looking at that going, is this worth my time, my energy, and my money? She said, do a visualization exercise. How will you feel doing that thing you don't want to do? Do you do it because you feel obligated? Do you do it because you feel guilty? And she said this, and this really hit me hard, because I was and still struggle with being a people pleaser, or feeling obligated to do things, or trying to make people see that, I'm there for them and blah, 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 which is really ridiculous. It's such a waste of energy. So she said, when you commit to something that you really don't want to do and you say yes to it, say, yeah, I'll be there. And then she goes, think about the energy that you put into saying, oh, why did I say yes to that? I don't really want to go, blah, blah, blah. And then the time you put into thinking about that, the time that you're going to put into driving to this thing or doing this commitment, and maybe even the money that you have to invest in doing this. And in the end, you are not really even there in good spirit. So you're showing up to this thing with low energy, resentment, blah, blah, blah. She's like, and in the end, it's not even helping the individuals that are asking for this or what you're doing. So it is about saying no, setting boundaries, and being strong in your conviction about what you decide to do, which is not, I'm going to tell you that it's not easy when you've been a people pleaser, when you've been Captain Save-A-Ho or bro for so many years. It is going to be uncomfortable for you to do that. And I still, like I said, to this day, there's certain things that I can say no to really, really well that I never did before. But then there's others that I feel a little guilty about. So what about that energy? What about when you do say no and you're like, what about the energy expended? That energy, I promise you, is shorter lived than the energy of resentment of saying, why did I say yes to this? I really didn't want to do that. Why did I say yes to this? So it's like a Band-Aid. And the more you do it and you practice it, the better you get at it. So then you don't feel uncomfortable about saying no. And you think about, and in the end, you're like, you know what? I feel really good that I really didn't want to do that. And if you get those people in your life who are so used to you being the yes person, you have to retrain them. And don't listen to them when they try to make you feel guilty. You just stand up and say, no, you don't have to explain yourself. Remember, if we're listing these as your fucks are time, energy, and money. If you have to explain yourself, you are giving up fuck by giving up time and giving up energy into explaining yourself why you decided not to do something. And so this is why you do have to make that list. You have to make that list of the things that really are important to you and the things that aren't important to you. Is it important to go to like a baby shower? Okay, let's say. So maybe you say, well, I really do care about the person, but I really don't want to like drive all the way over there. I really don't want to hang out all day and lose that whole day because I have such a busy schedule during the week. Fine. Then you politely say right at the beginning, I can't make it, but you may say, but I do care about that person. I'm going to send them a gift. So you allocate your fucks, your time, your energy, and your money. So in this case, my time and energy was I pulled back, but I wanted to send them a gift because I do really care about this individual. I just didn't really want to put the time into that whole day because blah, blah, blah. And you feel good about it and they're not hurt about it. And if they are, like if you get those people that try to make you feel guilty and say, oh, you how could you not be coming? Just say, well, I'm sorry, I can't make it. That's it.
Don't overthink it.
Yep.
Because when you put too much thought behind it, you're wasting energy, and you can't blame nobody but yourself. When you start second guessing your own advice to your spirit, and then you're second guessing it, you're wasting your own energy. So that's why I said earlier, you got to choose wisely. You got to know who you are or who you want to become. Okay, if you're a list person, then make a list of the things, the qualities that you know that you possess, but you have not put it into play. You have to not lie to yourself. Nunca te engañes. When you're going to start out on a different journey to enhance the life that you were meant to live, then you are going to have to understand who you are and not care about the opinions of others, because no matter how good you do or how bad you do, people will have an opinion because that's how people are. And being raised the way I was raised, you don't want to look down on people because it doesn't, my measurement of success isn't what title do I hold or how much money I have. My measurement of success, how many people can I bring up with me? How many people can I assist? How many people can I speak to that's going to open up their spirit to say, oh, I don't need to live like this anymore. So you have to define who you are so that you could know where the hell you're going. And when you're going, be flexible on that journey, because there will be detours and there'll be pit stops. So be flexible, because in your service to humanity, God is going to detour you, because there might be a person you need to have a casual conversation with to inspire them. And it takes your spirit to do that. So don't be such a tightwad and no, I'm not going to, I have to go from here to there and there. Be open to the you that you have discovered. If you've known how and who you've been for the majority of your life and you're not a people pleaser and you have experienced something traumatic in your life and God brought you out of that darkness. Iris, Irita, and I were having this conversation the other day. And then yesterday I found a little post and I posted it. If God is giving you a second chance out of your darkness, why are you going back to do the same thing and then complaining how nothing in your life has changed? Nothing in your life changes until you set the precedence to have it change. When you start giving fucks about your time, your energy, and your money. See, you see how money's number 3, even on this lady's list? Because time, you could never get that back. You can never get your time back. There's no 86,400 seconds in a day. You misspend that, you waste it on stupidity, you're not getting it back. You can't make it up tomorrow. It's cleared. Money is replaceable any hour of the day, especially if you're a hustler. And your energy, you cannot make money and you cannot make the best of time. That's why energy is in the middle. Because once you misspent your energy, you're exhausted. Nobody, Jesus has to come down and get you up himself until you generate that energy. So the way she put it in time, energy, money, when I saw that video, I thought, wow, she really understands the spiritual realm, because in spirituality, time is of the essence. So when you're going to make a decision, make it. And if you got to be really anal in planning, just know that that specific moment in time, you could never retrieve. So choose wisely. Your energy, protect it at all costs. People will try to rob you of your energy. And once they do, yes, if you're that person, you can replenish it. But like anything else, it's like getting sick. You have to heal. And you don't know how long each individual heals to replenish that energy. Money, we all need it. It makes the world go round. We can't eat, drive, or have a roof over our head without it. But that's all it's for. It's for some type of product, for it's not even a service. It's like for whatever what money is. I can't even think about it. I know I was in a pickle these last couple months, and I've learned, I remembered the value of having the money that you need in order to survive. So but it's still number three. So that should tell you a lot about the fucks that you should give and not give. I'm famous all my life to say I don't give a fuck. I don't. That's why I love Robert De Niro. That's why he has that meme that says, "People may not like me, but I don't give a fuck." And that's one of my favorite memes from that they have in Robert De Niro's face. But what I'm saying is that choose wisely, choose you, and then make your decisions. If you can't choose yourself because you're on teeter-tottering on whether, oh my God, but who is this gonna upset? And should I do this because I gotta think about this and I gotta do that and I gotta think about that, then you're gonna always be lost. Don't blame the people around you for treating you like shit, because if you can't make a decision, if you're indecisive about what you want in life, how dare you expect others to treat you a certain kind of way? It's
And
not
there's
gonna
your time and energy. There's your time and energy right there, that back and
not gonna
forth.
happen. So be true to who you are. Stop lying to yourself. Be true. You don't have to be mean. This is not about being mean or cruel to people. It's about being present in the humanity that you're placed in and teaching. No, I really don't want to do this. You know what? Enjoy yourself at the baby shower. Take pictures. I'd love to see them. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be rude. Just be true to you. If you are true to who you are, then it's not going to be offensive when you decline an offer or to an event, or you decline to participate in this person's 10th what is that, those cookies that I love that these girls sell, the Girl Scout cookies. This one coworker wants to sell it all year round. They get tired of it, say, you know what, I can't eat sugar anymore, but I hope you get sales. You don't have to be everything for everybody. Just be everything for yourself.
Yes.
That's how you can determine which fucks you're gonna give on any given day.
Yeah, the truth. And they are intertwined, because if you waste your time and your energy, that will drain you. And if you allow people to zap your energy and take your energy, that could actually make you sick, which then think of it in terms of, let's say you work, let's say you have a job, and let's say the job is okay. That's not the problem. It's your personal life. And you let people zap your time, zap your energy. Then all of a sudden you get sick. You don't feel well. You have to miss work. And if you only get paid for being there, then you miss work. Now you're out money, all because you've allowed all these other things to come into play. They all are connected. So don't think that, oh, I'm just wasting my time. I'm not wasting my money or my energy. You will always waste your energy. That energy actually should probably be the first thing that's mentioned, because you will always waste your energy. If you are second guessing yourself, you're wasting energy and you are wasting time. And if you're in business, because this happened to me as an entrepreneur, the more time that I wasted thinking and not deciding and putting energy into, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? The money dwindled away because I wasn't making any. Mm-hmm. And so they are all connected. They are absolutely all connected. And so do that. Watch this video after we're done, or sometime make sure that you click on that link and have that link available to you. Save that link. It's in the comments. We've put it in there, right at the top of the comments and throughout. But follow her directions. Make the list. Make the list of, what does she say? Make your list of what's cluttering your mental barn, the fucks you're being asked to give, categorize them, decide what annoys you, stop giving your fucks away, cross off the list with black marker and say, fuck that. And she has the visuals. She has them written out. And then do the visualization exercise. Go through the list. If you have things that are coming up this week that you've not been, that you didn't say, yep, I'm in. cross it off and say, okay, don't cross it off, but ask yourself first, how will I feel doing this? Close your eyes for a second. Say, oh, I have to go do this, this, and this. I have to, like, I came home and the gardens here, we have a lot of gardens in the property. The weeds are out of control, which I knew they would be because I'm the only one who weeds. And as much as it drives me crazy, there's this compulsion to want to go out and weed. It's like hot as hell over here. It's hotter here than it was down south. So it's hot and humid. And I'm looking at going, you know what? I don't give a crap. I know it looks awful.
Not today. Not today.
Not exactly. And I don't even feel guilty about it. I don't even feel remotely guilty about it because I would be killing myself to go out there, and do it. So I'm just like, you know what? It looks like crap, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I'll see how I do next week. We'll see what the weather's like next week.
And that's beautiful. I mean, that's a great choice. Let me tell you something. People do things they don't really feel like doing it because they don't want to feel left out. 2, because they feel, well, I didn't do this in a while. Let me just go. And they think that by forcing themselves to go, they're actually doing something great for their lives. My years of caregiving, I couldn't wait to be free and travel and just do whatever I got to do. And I did that. And then I didn't. And then the second round of caregiving, I was like, I just want to be free. And now I choose to stay home. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. In my younger years, I was a great salsera, always was in New York, Manhattan, dancing in the salsa clubs to the wee hours of the morning. Loved it. Loved it. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink in that era of my life. And I just danced salsa and I loved it. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything because I already did that. I don't have to go back to that. Am I cheating myself from being home? Let me tell you something. The other day I was speaking to somebody and I said, well, I have been self-isolating. Well, that leads to depression. And although to many it can. And I said, not me. It's leading me to self-enlightenment. Not, am I reaching a certain enlightenment that's like going to bring me from a gladiator guru to filled with wisdom to a sage? No, I don't want to be a sage just yet. There's still a lot I have to learn. I know this. But what I want is self-actualization of who I am, what I will and will not do. Although I've always been that person, but there's stuff as you get older, you start to think, maybe I should. And then I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, why am I thinking like that? Like, you know what? So what that I'm getting older? This is my favorite age is now. I love it. So I don't have to think like, oh my God, people, when they get older, they start getting like very careful. I don't want to be that careful person because I'm going to rob myself and my magically orgasmic moments. And that to me is worth my time and definitely my energy and will lead me to get money. But the thing is that I have to believe in who I am, exactly where I'm at right now. And I don't care who thinks that I'm home too much or that I should be doing this and that I shouldn't be doing that. That's not my business. What you think about me is not my business.
That's
what
correct.
I know about me.
That's your business.
Important. It is imperative that I not only know it, but that I believe that I am the best person for me in this lifetime, that I will not lead me astray, that I will not lie to me ever again, that I'm going to love my body with all its imperfection until I have the energy to work at it and make it what I think it's what I want. Like I say, I am the shape of a guitar without the chords, which means I'm a little bumpy here and a little chunky there, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay. You know what? Remember, I was 6 months letting my gray grow in, and then I was like, nah, let me cover it. I had to cover it for me to regret it and not think that I may have wanted my grays to come in. So now I'm going to let my grays grow in because I like it. But I wouldn't have felt as strongly towards it unless I went through it, covered it up, and be like, what the hell did I do? Well, it's only here. It'll grow back. So make decisions about your life, about what you like, about what you need, about what you don't need. Remove the things and people and places you don't like. Life is short.
Yep.
My husband died at 50, didn't even know he was sick. Life is short. Don't ever think because your parents are a certain age that you're going to get there. Live your life as though and plan it as though this is it. You might be the healthiest motherfucker around, and it takes one drunk driver to change that. God bless you all. But what I'm saying is, don't dwell on that, but there's possibilities of everything. But you are a certainty. Behave as such. Behave just like what you are, the most important person in your life. You believe in you, you trust you, you love you, and anyone else that does those things is a bonus. And if you look at life like that, you could never go wrong. Never. So give fucks and remove the fucks that you don't want. I don't give a fuck about Games of Thrones, so I'm not even going to watch it or even see a preview of it. I do give a fuck about my time, energy, and money. So where is that going to take me? And that's as easy as it gets. Get a calendar, make a planner if that's your style. Remind yourself, leave yourself reminders all over the place of how fucking amazing you are. And don't let nobody or no one take it away. Not your parents, not your spouse, not your kids. Because everybody has an agenda. Your parents did their jobs by giving you life. Your partner gave you joy. Your kids gave you that extra breath, that extra pep in your step. But they too have a life to go to. And at the end of the day, it would always be you dealing with you. So love yourself unconditionally and stop giving a fuck about the things that do not matter to you, about the things that are not your business.
Woo! Drop the mic. Woo! And listen, if you need practice with that, if it's really hard for you to say no, then just look in the mirror and do it. Make that list of the things that you really don't want to do. And then say it out loud and answer the question. Look in the mirror, say it out loud and say no.
No.
You're invited to, I don't want to go. No, I'm not going. And let it sit there. Let it sit there and marinate a little bit and just get used to it. And visualize the people that might be problematic with that, that are going to give you the rough time, the reason you tend to bend, because they make you feel a certain way. They don't make you feel a certain way. You allow yourself to be guilted into that. And when you turn around and go, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And for them, well, why are you going to? I don't have to say why.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
Or not just put your hand up, say, I'm sorry, but it's still a no. Walk away. It's you are grown. You're a grown woman. And if you are a mother, then you survived that pain and that moment. You survived it. We take for granted that we bore children and now we can complain about them. But many women don't survive childbirth. So you are that badass that came through and have a story to tell. And if you survive that, then what the hell are you going to worry about who's going to be mad at you and who's not going to like you? Fuck them. Come back to you.
God knows we didn't worry about it when we were actually giving birth. When we were, right? Think about when you're in labor and you don't give a crap. That's probably the one time where consistently women do not give a crap about what anybody has to say at that moment in time, because you are so focused and in so much pain and discomfort. You're like, fuck that. You'll say anything. You'll do anything. You'll tell people off. And you know what? Think of it that way. If that gives you strength and energy to just say, man, I didn't give a shit when I was in labor, and I'm not going to do it now. So maybe that helps. That visualization will help.
And no is a powerful word. And as the badass Buddha said, it's a complete sentence. Start speaking. No. Well, you didn't say much. I said it all.
That's
no.
Right. That's right.
And that's it. And so thank you for staying on, everybody. This was great tonight at 7 Moments con Margarita. I think it's only on YouTube. I'm not sure. But come on, it's going to be great. Because I'm awesome. So why would you miss it? I mean, I am.
Well, let's see if we can get it back on Facebook. I think we just have to.
That's fine, though. It's not, because I can always share the YouTube video on Facebook. So yeah, Iris, make your magic work with your YouTube sharing. but it is going to be great. So come on, and let's just remind ourselves who the hell we are, because we're amazing.
Yes, we
You know,
are.
Badass Buddha has a lot of great things I don't have. It's like I told you yesterday when I listened to that video, like and the Badass Buddha is the same thing. They have this tone where I'm up and down. People think I'm mad all the time, but I'm so passionate about what I'm saying that I just, it's like I have all these chords. If I could read music, it would be that. And so I can only be who I am, but I enjoy being around people that can speak and then be and explain everything. I love it because it's not who I am, but I honor that in them. And I think that if we believe and love who we are, then it's so easy to honor, because we're not in competition with other women. You know what? We think we're divided, but we're more united than you would ever think. But if we stop to think about it, then we would celebrate each other that much more, and we will go further on in life. It would help us in every aspect of our life. So remember that. Okay.
All right. So we will be back on Thursday with our special guest, and we're going to be, I think that's the bucket list or fuck it list. Is that the, I think it's that one, right? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Or is that next week? I don't remember. I think it's this week, but anyway, maybe it is next week. Well, just come Thursday. We'll see what happens. We'll see who shows up. We'll see who's, All right. Thanks everybody for coming on. We will see you Thursday. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And from the Gladiator Guru, I forgot who I was right now. Remember to breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste.